Hey everybody, Realm Builder Guy here, and welcome back to Cities Skylines. As the title suggests, we've got some American roads, that's right. I've installed both the US road project, which you can see right here, and then the big suburban roads here as well, kind of in some of the suburban areas. So let's kind of zoom out here a little bit, and you can see where I've placed some of these American roads. Put in a main road here, and then just a smaller, simple road coming out these ways as well. And then around here, areas that are truly designated suburban, I've put in the suburban roads. And here we still have a little bit of commercial, and this is kind of, let's call it the older town. So we do have those roads here, all leading up to the industrial roads. So and the other thing, of course, is I did change. I manipulated the traffic a little bit. I had some traffic lights put in here, I believe here and here. So basically the key thoroughfares that will go up towards the industrial. And other than that, I just had yield signs, stop signs, and so on. So now let's jump in here, take a closer look at some of these assets, and give you a couple of pointers on how best to use them. So one thing about these, I do have all the, I've got the US Roads project linked in the description, linked to Steam, as well as the big suburban roads as well. Now I do recommend using Traffic Manager because these are reskins of some existing roads. So see, this is a turning lane. And what they were doing before I used Traffic Manager is they would just use that as an extra lane. So I add this. So it is a little bit of work to get that all moving properly, but man, it just looks nice. It just looks nice, at least as far as the aesthetic of the town. And we'll upgrade some of these as more become available. Now you'll notice some of the cars are a little bit wonky and all over the place. And there's a lot of open space here. That's all commercial, and the reason why that's open is because, well, this road is larger than the existing road, and so it kind of deleted the existing commercial there. Now I have gone to smaller roads here because we've got an elementary school here, we've got police here, as well as some other things that I didn't want to move. So let's say it's busy intersection here, a lot of commercial, and then it has to get a little bit slower. Getting past school and services, then it's bigger and busier here, going around up towards the industrial zone as well, and then it slows down as you get towards the high school. As you can see, I have finished also detailing the area around the high school. So we added some bushes, finished the fence around it, added this little park area here on that side, which is kind of nice, and then also added the parking lots. So the students can park there, and it just gives it a nice little high school campus feeling. Also created basically here some of our own little parks. One downside, if you use the big roads, you can see right here, it kind of cuts off the path, but we'll just have to use our imagination a little bit. I did add some of the standard parks in as well because people felt a lack of entertainment, and I extended our residential area here. So, what is the plan for today? As you can see, we are just 50 shy of the next key landmark, which is Boomtown. And we'll go over that as well. The next one after Boomtown is Busytown, 5500. And that's really when things started getting really, really exciting because most road assets and everything are open to us at that point, and we can upgrade a lot more of the US roads. So you can see a little bit here, I've extended the US roads out this way as well. And so what are the plans now moving forward we've got going here for Cascade? So we need to expand this a little bit further, some more industrial coming out this way, some more residential, and then a real commercial hub in between here and there, kind of as a buffer between the two. But what I want to do is also install kind of a thoroughfare, not a thoroughfare, but kind of a business loop, as it will, around the town. So that means the industrial can get onto that, and you can kind of get around Cascade if you don't have a reason to be in there, and maybe get from this side of town over here. So we'll probably loop it and bring it in here and turn this into a national road, or take it straight up to the highway there. Because the goal I have long term here is to put a national road and rail possibly, because we want a train station, and I'm thinking train station maybe somewhere up here, and a national road up this way, which will then connect to the major town up here in this kind of large valley as we take a look here. So we get in a little bit further down this way, you can kind of see the valley floor if I can. There we go. So we've got a little bit of a valley floor here in between, and there you can see Cascade, and this is really where that big city is going to lie eventually. The other thing I want to talk about is ore industry. Now, I first thought about doing ore industry in Cascade itself, but I've decided against that because flying around the map, I found this right here. And this is great. This is kind of a start of a quarry, so we're going to detail this out a little bit. Imperial Jedi did a really nice quarry in his one of his videos here a few weeks ago. And the goal here is we'll have an ore industry coming up against this mountain, so it's going to be a little bit ugly, but that's okay. We'll make it pretty on this side, and then heading into the major city. So we'll have to connect there. The other thing, by request, is connecting small towns. So my goal is when we get to maybe, well, when we hit the 5,500, I think, is when Cascade will be left behind, and we'll move on to something else, and that something else will be right down here. So I want to build a little fishing community town and touristy town right down here. So there's a lot of potential here, and of course they will be connected via the road here, which we will then turn into a highway or a national road, maybe a 2-lane, 4-lane, or something like that, kind of going around here. I don't think we'll have this one connected with a rail because it's going to be a small community. Instead, there will be buses, and buses will be the first thing as far as public transportation that we will see. Now, the other thing we want to do is kind of get rid of this eyesore, put a water tower over here. But first things first, we're going to have to unpause the game and bump it up a little bit and wait until we get to the next town level. And we're losing a little bit here as far as people, but we'll get there. We'll get them back up because we need our commercial to bump back up, and that'll get more people in here. They need to rebuild the areas that we kind of tore down, as it were, with the road expansion. And hopefully we can get some additional people to move in. It's fluctuating a little bit, so I will see you guys when we get to that next level. And welcome to Boomtown. Population 2,800. Yes, we can buy a new area, but again, 81 tiles mod. So we've got new services and transportation, public transport, which is nice, post-service, walking tours, don't need that. We can do an ore industry specialization, which is nice, a bunch of new policies. Then we've got new roads here as well, different roundabouts, this custom trumpet that I had, 4-lane highways, 6-lane highways. Then we've got the bus lanes as well, ferries, and here come the U.S. highway roads and national roads as well. That one kind of interesting, but right here, 4-lane or 3-lane or 2-lane, and then new pipes as well. Got a cemetery, elder care, child health care, bus depot, and so on. We don't need a bus depot yet, simply because we don't have need for it at this point, but we've got a fish factory, small warehouse we can do, and post office as well. So there's plenty we can implement now, but as far as planning goes, what we need to do is expand our town a little bit more. So we need to get it to the point where we can get this kind of business loop around and connect it with the rest of town. So we've got some good money. We are growing a little bit. So what I think we'll start to do here is expand this main thoroughfare right here, and we will add, I'm not going to do any more commercial. Commercial, if we look at the zone, commercial is going to peter out there, and this is just going to be residential going around here. I think we're done with commercial along Main Street, and then we'll have another commercial hub coming in through here. So first thing we're going to do is just zip right down in here, and we'll do a little bit of zoning and just start putting in maybe some larger homes. Now this eyesore will go away. This will be a nicer part of town. Some larger homes popping in here. Let's put a really big one here. Let's put some nice big homes on that side because it is a river view. There. I'll leave that intersection open as we maybe want to do a little bit more moving forward there. But let's get the rest of this zoned. All right, we've now completed our zoning here. We're getting some larger homes, and we've got some industrial demand as well. So we're going to start expanding the road network out this way. So I kind of want to meet it up. Let's get out of that. Meet this road up right up here. I think that's a good point to start transitioning it to that highway. So we're going to grab the US Simple Road. Let me get to it. There we are. We're just going to, I think we can freeform it here. Kind of right along there. And then, yeah, I think meet right there. I think that's a good area there. And I will have a little bit extra residential areas coming along here. So I am using the Warren Road. So we'll just kind of span that along there. And then what we'll do is we'll end the residential right there for now. And we'll make a few cuts along here. And I think what we could do is just make some interesting shapes moving forward. And then we've got to expand the industrial zone as well. So what we'll do there is take the small industry road and kind of come out straight out this way a little bit. And then we will start looping that out here. So everything's going to meet up with that kind of business loop around. Let's go to right here and then connect these. I don't care that it's not perfectly, you know, gridded out. I'm okay with that. A few little imperfections just make for a more interesting vibe and town, in my opinion. And what we'll do here is kind of connect these out this way. And we will go for this one here. And just kind of connect that. And again, I wanted an industrial area right in between, a commercial zone in between here as well. So what we will do there is kind of do a little bit more of a Main Street type feel. So I think we'll have, just go straight down. Where's the 6? Was it this one? No, it's a larger one because again, we did need to adjust it. So we will take a larger Main Street even. Bring that out here, not too close to this residential area. And there. And I think we'll go with the smaller basic road. That, and I actually don't like this. What we'll have is that 4-lane because it's going to be kind of a key area. So what we'll do is bulldoze this and also have that kind of come out there and then have another one come out straight through here. And let's go with a just kind of a standard road intersection. Actually, you know what we're going to do is we're going to change these roads here. Let's upgrade those. So that's just a quick change there. And then add that 6-lane road right here. Connect that. Boom. So now this will be kind of, I'm going to call it a mini strip mall area. And you can kind of meet up there. I think actually what we're going to do, not digging that. I think what we'll do here is extend that road there. It's a larger intersection. I think that'll work. Beat that. And then have this smaller road get in there. There. Because what we're going to have as a main access for this is kind of that national road that's going to loop around this way and connect all of those together. So now, I'll do a little bit of zoning and some water work, and I'll be right back. So there we have, the zoning is complete. We're making some really good money now, and people are moving in. So next thing up will be kind of building that loop road around the town. You can see people are moving in. How are we looking as far as services go? So electricity, our consumption is a little bit under production. That's fine. Water consumption is well under pumping. I mean, we're fine on water, so we're looking pretty good there. The electric will be the one that gets honestly the most interesting. As far as garbage goes, let's see. We are storing capacity, production, garbage processing status, so landfill usage. We're still looking okay. I think what we could do then is actually, once we're done with that road going around the town, I think next things that we'll have to put in there is then a recycling center right around here. And I think what we'll do actually is we will put that in now. Might as well. So, where are we? Garbage. I must be blind. There we go. Recycling. I think we'll just put that right next door. I think that'll work. So now we've got a recycling center in there as well. Next to that, so it's kind of our ugly industrial. If you're wondering how and possible that I don't have all that ugliness as far as, you know, the smoke and the pollution on the ground, I do have the no radioactive mod enabled because I absolutely hate that smog and everything. So now, as things are growing nicely, I think it's time to start working on that thoroughfare to go around. So we're going to be turning this into a national road because we're seeing way more traffic starting to come into town. So what we'll do here, we'll just pause everything real quick, go into the roads, go into the highways. Actually, we've got this stuff here. I don't even know what this 3-lane looks like, but we've got a 4-lane national road and a 2-lane national road. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off just with this 2-lane national road and kind of, well, actually, let's do the 4-lane and put it here on the outskirts of town. Space is occupied. I must have a historical building right here, which is fine. What we will do then is, hold on, I think it's this one here, right? Or is it this one? Yep, historical building. We'll untick that. And now what we'll go in is we will upgrade that to a national road highway. And so it's kind of coming in faster and faster. And we will upgrade all of this because I don't want any zoning along here. We'll just kind of put that out to here. There's the highway. And then what we will also do here, this roundabout, I think we can just turn this into, I can't do that. I'm going to have to rebuild that one, but I will do that some other time. We will upgrade all that to a 2-lane national, and we'll turn this into a smaller national road. We'll just upgrade it right across here. And now, so all those upgrades are done. Now it's time to build this 2-lane road to come off of here. Kind of an exit cutting in through there. So let's just see how close we can get it. There. And then we'll just kind of cut straight along here. Round town. We'll just cut it around this way. Nicely. Let's get a little bit more of a bird's eye view. There. That'll work. So this is, in German we would say Umgehungsstraße. So it's just kind of your business loop as we have it here in the US to kind of get around town for like big semi trucks and everything. So what we'll do here is we'll just cut through there and bring it out to there. And then we've got this road which will meet up, but will come in with the national road coming into that right there. So I don't really want any zoning right there. So we'll see. Yeah, why not? There. All right, so that's the in and the out. So we're losing electricity here real quick because they are not connected to any electricity. So let's see, where's our electrical service? Yeah, they're a little isolated right now. So what we'll actually do, we'll just draw this kind of along the highway a little bit. Down here, it's not pretty, but it's not meant to be pretty. This is an industrial zone. So we'll connect them. The next thing we will do is add the water tower kind of on this side of town. And we'll add the pipes. Boom. Boom. And then I can get rid of this thing. So our water pumping capacity is at 180. Let's just unpause it real quick. Let all that come together. And boom, there we are at 240. Consumption's higher, but now I want to desperately get rid of that. And where are we here? Boom. Get rid of those as well. Do a little bit of extra residential zoning right here. Add a little bit of commercial right there. We'll just kind of keep that open as we maybe build some parks. And kind of a waterfront walk-through area there. So now we've got that going around the town. If we zoom in here, I got rid of the adaptive prop visibility just because that really sucks FPS. And yeah, I think we've got a nice loop going around here, and that will continue on. We're not going to build that loop now moving forward, but what we will do then eventually, when we get the town down there, we will have that loop. Now, what I do want to do, what we do need, is of course the connections in here. So let's I think what we can do is add, let's do a little national road. Just boom. Like that, and like that. I think that gives these people an option. I mean, we could just, actually, you know what we could do? That was stupid. I mean, this is kind of typical American on the outskirts of town kind of a deal. We'll just take this and move it there. Yeah, I mean, outskirts of town, national road connecting in there. And I think what we'll also do is extend this industrial road out. Is it the small industrial? There we go. Just right here. And then have that just straight up connect right there. You know, I mean, this is your U.S. highway kind of going around, or your state highway. That's a little janky there. Let's move it, and just, there we go. Smoothed out of that a little bit. And I think that has a connection there. And maybe have another industrial connection coming out here. I mean, they'll cut through here and then come out that way. But just to get that traffic to go out this way. Because we've got 2 exits going out this way. And if we add another one as a main loop here, and that goes to the residential. I think we'll leave it for now and kind of see how traffic flows. Didn't mean to do that. And there we go. So we've got very high commercial demand. And everything else is relatively low. But we're making some good money. We're making good progress. And we are developing nicely. Got some upgrades coming. See, how are we looking here as far as electricity? Our production outpaces consumption. Water, we're definitely still looking good. We'll have to keep an eye on that. And garbage, the processing status is looking good. Capacity is there. Production and processing, I think we're okay right now. No one's really complaining about it. And we've got our high school going. And the town is coming together nicely. Again, the fact that they want commercial is great because that means they'll expand their residential. We've got residential going right here. Still going to do another commercial strip. Maybe extend this down into here and kind of connect that all up. As you can see here, here's what I'll show you. This one, see how they're going right down here in the middle? So what you got to do, if we go to the traffic, let's get rid of that, traffic manager. We'll click on this node right here. So what you'll want is these guys, well, they've got nowhere to go. So what we'll have here is, I don't quite know how to get rid of that one. So we'll have to figure that one out. But we'll connect that one there. They can turn right and they can go straight. These guys here, they can turn right, and they can go there. This one here is a designated turn lane. So normally you'd have these guys be a turn lane. And then this guy just goes straight here, and this guy goes straight here. So that's basically how that goes. If we were to go down here, I'm going to work on this a little bit. I have to do some experimentation. I don't know if see, everyone's kind of flipping around there because it showed them they can't go straight through here. He's kind of got to go around. So we'll kind of see. We'll see. See, he kind of went around to go straight. It's going to take a little bit of a re-education, as it will, to see how these cars flow through here. It looks like they're just hooking a U-ey around there. These guys are going straight down here. So that all works. May have to extend this all the way down. So we'll have to see. See, he's going straight through here. Perfect to go in there. So yeah, we are rolling. Showed you a little bit how to use the U.S. roads. Let's go out here. Where's a good place to park it here? There we go. So showed you a little bit on how to utilize those U.S. roads, how to use Traffic Manager. I think it's a good view. I think Cascade's coming together really nicely. We're making some really, really good money and good progress. I think the next episode, what I'll kind of do is continue to develop this a little bit, build it out off camera, because it's a lot of repetitive stuff right now, and we're getting to a time to be closed here. I think next episode what we'll do is a city hall, kind of a town hall center for this small town. Fill out this, and then start working on expanding the network to get it to the next town. So, yeah. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, please hit that like button. It means a ton to me. Subscribe if you're new. Till next time, I'm Realm Builder Guy, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.